New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio has just signed a bill that prohibits any newly constructed buildings from having gas lines, with few exceptions. The law is the first of its kind for a large, cold weather city, and the city says it will help address the climate crisis. NTD's Jason Perry spoke with an energy and environmental expert to see what's at stake.
All newly constructed residential and commercial buildings in New York City will no longer be allowed to have natural gas lines. The mandate will have exemptions for certain uses, such as commercial kitchens and emergency or standby power. According to research by the Rocky Mountain Institute, the law will prevent over 2 million tons of carbon emissions by 2040, equivalent to taking 450,000 cars off the road for a year.
We are convinced this is going to have a major impact right here in this city, reducing emissions, improving health, because less pollution equals better health, but also setting an example that other cities, states, nations will follow. When New York City does something, it is felt all over the world. So all new buildings will be electric by 2027.
Residents of these all-electric buildings will have to use electric heating, which is generally more expensive than gas heating. Frank Lissay is the president of Truth in Energy and Climate, an organization dedicated to energy and climate issues. He said the city's shift towards electricity coincides with the Biden administration's push to move away from fossil fuels, which can have unexpected consequences.
Really interesting because at the same time they're doing this, they're closing down reliable coal plants. They plan to close down a nuclear plant. They just closed down other plants, and they have this weird concept that they can run their electric grid, their electric system, on wind and solar. And why I say that's weird is most people don't understand that both wind and solar produce very little energy or no energy 70% of the time.
De Blasio also said every public vehicle in New York City will eventually be electric, whether it's a school bus, a police vehicle, or the cars driven by city officials. But Lissay explained that electric vehicles can also have a negative impact on the environment.
And we could get into the fact that they have to, 80% of the batteries for cars, electric vehicles, are made in China, burning dirty coal, and they control 80% of the rare earth inputs into those vehicles. And poor kids are mining cobalt in the Congo with really bad environment for them and for the earth. If you really cared about earth, we would be cleaning up those sort of things. So electric vehicles in the short term actually harm the earth. It takes 7 or 8 years for a electric vehicle to equal the amount of carbon dioxide it took to mine, process, and manufacture it.
Jason Perry, NTD News.